For today's class, we are going to find our breath in movement. So some of the three-part breathing that we did yesterday, today, now we're going to take that into some very gentle movements of the body so that you can see how the body and the breathing are so interrelated. So we'll again start on our back like we did last time, like we've been doing for Shavasana. But this time, lie flat on your back, and you don't need the blanket for your head. You can still put the blanket roll under your knees if you decide that you would like to have that. But lie flat down. And the first thing we're going to do is start with some pelvic tilting. So we will we'll raise the abdomen up and tip onto the tailbone, and then allow that to come back, and the tailbone slightly lifts. So you've probably seen this. It's a cat-cow movement. I'm tipping onto the tailbone, and then I'm rolling back, tipping onto the tailbone, and then rolling back. And now we will add the breathing. So as I tip forward, you see my abdomen starts to expand. So I'm going to inhale, it brings me up, and then exhale, let that come down. I slightly slip onto the tailbone lifts, and I come back onto a little bit onto the upper pelvis. So now keep adding the breath to it. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Okay, so now that is the movement of the pelvis. So now place your hands on your ribs, and we're going to do the same thing, but as we inhale, the chest opens, and then exhale comes down. So I'm still doing the pelvic tilting. I'm onto the tailbone, and you can feel that now the ribs are opening to the side, and then as I exhale, they retreat back to the floor. So take a few breaths that way. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And now move your hands to the area of the heart. And we'll do that three-part breathing that we did yesterday, but now we're doing it as we move. So tipping onto the tailbone. See how the chest expands, and then exhale, comes back to neutral. Inhale, chest expands. Exhale, come back to neutral. Inhale, chest expands. Exhale, come back to neutral with the tailbone tipping up slightly. And then one more thing. We will move our hands up to the area right below the collarbone at the very head of the arm bones. And we'll do the same thing. Tip, inhale, and exhale. And as we inhale, we feel a spreading across the collarbones and across the throat. And as we exhale, we just bring it back to neutral. Inhale, exhale, sinking into the floor. Inhale, exhale, sinking into the floor. And you might notice as you're inhaling, your head is moving back and up. And as you exhale, it's coming down and forward. And just allow the head to move with this breathing. Okay, so come back to a restful position. Your feet are in what's called a rested position. They're just 90 degrees away from your hips. Feet resting on the floor, and just lie there quietly. And now we're going to take that breathing and create a flowing back and forth. So I'm going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and feel how that breath moves all the way from the tail to the tongue. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Take 3 or 4 rounds of breath, just inhaling, the abdomen rising, the chest rising, the collarbones rising, and exhale, it all coming back down, weighting you into the floor. And then extend your legs straight out and come back to Shavasana. And again, observe your body. Relax and weight the feet, the legs. Can you now maybe feel the abdomen, the area below the navel, the area above the navel, the area of the heart, the shoulder blades, the upper chest, the upper arms, the neck. So by doing that breathing, inhaling and exhaling to movement, you begin to see how your breath and the body work together to create the respiratory system. And this can be very soothing and relaxing. And you can also notice if you get into a panic state, or if you get into a state of anxiety or tension, just doing some of these very simple breathing practices can bring us back to neutral and be very soothing and relaxing and calm the nervous system.